Hello everyone, I am Sudhanshu Mishra and I'll be presenting open world classification using adversarial autoencoder. The link to the project is given. We consider classification with two sets of assumptions. Under a closed set of assumptions, we have some domain knowledge and we choose our classes accordingly. We train our classifier using data from those classes and read its labels. During testing, we expect our data to come from those classes. In reality, our domain is actually an open set. So what can happen is you can get a data point that does not belong to any of the classes that you have chosen before. So what to expect in that case? And well, people usually expect that your classifier will give you equal probabilities for all the classes, and this can then be avoided using some type of thresholding. But in reality, it's much more difficult. What happens is the neural network gives very strange outputs for such open world data. My solution is take the data set that you have and choose some of the classes into the known class and the rest into the unknown class. Train an adversarial autoencoder to reconstruct data from the known classes. Now, my hypothesis is when you give an unknown data as input to the autoencoder, what you get, the decoder output will look similar to the known data. Now, what will be achieved is the known data gives you a low reconstruction score, whereas the unknown data will give you a high reconstruction score. And some type of distinction will be starting to arise. Now, using the reconstruction scores of the known data, you can calibrate the system. You can fit these reconstruction scores to an extreme value distribution and then choose a threshold value such that some percentage of samples of some percentage of known reconstruction scores fall below that value. Using that threshold, we can then classify our data into known and unknown classes. An important point to note is that the unknown data is only used at this stage. Now we'll validate our hypothesis. When an unknown sample is given as input to the autoencoder, the reconstructed images look similar to the known class. Now here is a comparison between the known and unknown reconstruction scores. This is a histogram of those scores. You can see a clear distinction between the two. Now what we did is we calculated the recall for both known and unknown class for different threshold values and plotted them on this graph. And using this graph, we can then decide upon an optimum threshold as per our use case. Thank you. For this experiment, we use the Amnes data set.